everyone, welcome back. So I thought today would be a fun video to do a sort of mid-year check-in slash planner chat, talk about the planners that I've used so far in 2023, the ones that I'm currently using, and what I'm thinking of jumping into for the second half of 2023. So if that interests you, make sure you keep on watching. Okay, definitely made sure to grab some coffee for this one. So good. There is just something amazing about an afternoon cup of coffee. Oh, it's so good. So listen, it's no news that I love hopping around different planners. Because I'm sort of in the middle of moving right now, I won't physically have a lot of my planners with me. A lot of my office, about 90% is already packed up. So I'm just gonna pop in a picture over here when I'm referencing a particular planner. So for 2023, I felt like I started off good and strong using my Moxie Life Vertical. I love their goal setting system. The book is a little bit bulky for me to take on the go, so I never really took it with me. It's great to just kind of have on your desk and reference and check in with your goals weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually. And that's where I started, but it's also where I was immediately like, I want to dabble in other things. My Hobonichi cousin and Hobonichi weeks were never far out of reach, and I'll just pop in a few pictures over here. I absolutely love those planners, and it was so funny because I was scrolling through Instagram, as one typically does when they're avoiding all kinds of other responsibilities, and I saw some other posts of the Hobonichi cousin, and I was like, oh my God, I miss that planner so much. But right now I kind of just need things that are pre-formatted, not with sensitive paper, that I can just take on the go, be a little bit rough with. And so the cousin and the weeks kind of took a backseat because, to be quite transparent, I just couldn't keep up with them. We are in an extremely chaotic season of life as we get ready to move from Georgia to Texas. And while that is extremely exciting, it is also extremely overwhelming. So I really had to simplify some things. So this last quarter, a couple of the things that I had started relying on were this sort of makeshift monthly Erin Condren. By the time I thought of this, they were no longer selling their Erin Condren monthly planners for 2023. And so I had kind of put together a book where I could track, trying to find the page that I need to find, where I could track ongoing projects and things like that between two different locations and not sort of lose track of things that we needed to get done. We also had a major storm that came through here and caused a lot of damage to our home in Georgia. So we had an entire roof to replace, all of the siding, window screens. It was quite a mess, even some fence repair. So we've dealt with that for quite a few weeks now. And this has been really great for that, especially for managing projects in the different rooms that we wanted to get done while we get ready to pack up and move and list our current home. So I still rely on this for a lot of note taking, especially like if I'm having conversations with different contractors and things like that. This has been a great sort of landing place for all of that, along with a like 3-ring binder to hold like all of the documents and things, because we've been sent some things by email, other things when like the adjuster comes by, they bring things printed out. I would honestly make copies of like the checks that were given to us because every insurance company functions differently. And I just wanted to make sure that I documented everything and saved things for receipts. Also because there was a lot of exchange of money for repairs and we were in the process of buying a home. I needed a way to be able to explain where that money was coming from, because I don't know if you've ever purchased a home, those underwriters, let me tell you, they see money coming in, they're like, you better have an explanation and you better have proof. So that's kind of how we stayed on top of all of that. So in the next month or so, I will stop using this and this will just kind of be shelved. Maybe I'll take the pages out and just add them to the family binder. That way everything can be together, but this will not be staying with me because obviously I only put the months in here through July. So it's already towards the end of June. So this has served me well. And I'm really thankful that, you know, I had an extra coil. I like took apart a notebook and put all of this together. And it's been really, really helpful through this process. Now, as far as my weekly planning, if you have been watching my videos, then you know that I sort of dove into when did this start? In March. I started using the plum paper vertical priorities in the A5, and I honestly have not looked back. I adore this planner. I adore this planner so much. It's truly one of my favorites because one, I'm an A5 planner at heart. I truly am. And even though, I mean, I'm not a fan of some of the colorways of them, on the page itself, let me go to a blank week, you don't have the shading at the bottom like there is in the 7x9 plum paper. Plum paper loves their shading. That's one thing they love. It's their shading, but they keep it off of the A5 version of the plum paper vertical priorities, and I appreciate that. So I have really been in this planner probably the longest that I've been in any planner for all of 2023. So it's definitely saying something, and I truly enjoy planning it. I enjoy the versatility with kits that I get to use, or journaling kits. I'm on like a journaling kit like season, and I truly love it. And because these columns are wider than the traditional than the traditional 1.5 inch columns that you get in a typical 7x9 planner, you get a little bit more flexibility, which I love. You also get a little bit more space. Like, I love to put an appointment label like further to the right, and then you can add like a little icon on the corner, and you're not like taking up too much space. I also love this week. This is the week we closed on our house, and it was just the best week ever. And then here we are in the month of June. I haven't planned my monthly yet. Honestly, monthlies have not been my thing lately, but I love this. Like, some weeks don't always get completely filled out, and I'll go back and add things. But again, like, this was a kit that was primarily a journaling kit mixed with a little bit of a standard sampler kit from Planner Kate. And I love her kits so much. So here we are up until this week, and I think I said on my last Friday Night Live, like, you can actually see where I have used the planner and the pages that haven't been touched yet. And I love this thing so much. I did make the mistake of not getting a repositionable cover, but the great thing about their covers is that you can kind of just snip them, almost like a repositionable Erin Condren cover, and you'll be just fine. I just haven't had a desire to switch out the cover, and honestly, all my covers are packed up. Okay, then entered the EC Daily Duo, entered the chat. This was kind of something that took me a little bit by surprise. My friend Myra actually sent me hers that she wasn't using because I had already like gifted and donated all of the ones that I had because I was using the Moxie Life Undated Daily, and that one's a quarterly daily on a coil. I love planners on a coil, but in this season of life, I absolutely need a dated planner. It was more work for me to try to plan ahead because honestly, when I am planning in a daily, this is the planner that would come with me. I would drop this in my backpack when I go to work. It would go in my purse if I needed to have it with me. And being dated, that means that I can put like sticky notes ahead of time. I could do that with the Moxie Life, but I literally have to sit there and date an entire quarter, and I just didn't. I honestly just didn't want to. That's just the realness of the situation. So this is what it is looking like. I think I jumped in here, like the beginning of May, like right around the week of my birthday. That's when things were like, woo, like super hectic. And I was like, you know what? Let me see if one of my friends has one, because I think they also stopped selling this part of the Daily Duo. So you couldn't get like end of 2022, first half of 2023 anymore because the new planners were coming out, understandably. So they were no longer available. So I kind of jumped in and was like, pen to paper, a little bit of highlighter, and honestly, I'm back there already. I did add in some stickers. This whole setup is super fun. Not my original idea. I've seen plenty of people do this, and I love it. Everyone uses it differently, but using the notes page as like a weekly snapshot is just what I love. And I use it for the week forward instead of the week before, if that makes sense. You can do whatever you want because it's a blank page essentially. And then this was just like a week where it was a little bit hectic, so I couldn't fill it out quite as much as I wanted to. And then when I had time to actually sit down each evening and decorate the pages, then I would do that. But you'll see it didn't last very long. I had set up this week, this was the week that I did go to Texas to close on our house, and I never went back to this page as much as I want to because I don't know about you guys, but blank pages like irk my soul. But who knows if I'll ever get back to it. But I did use in this one a Chrissy Ann Designs part of a kit, and again, I wasn't home. I honestly did not take a single planner with me because I was like carry-on only and planners are heavy, so I didn't bring a planner. I didn't feel the need to bring one. Then when I got back, here we are jumping into June. Again, I don't really touch my monthlies as often. I really just went in and used the dashboard page the same way I was using it in the sort of makeshift monthly that I have. And I just kind of transferred over projects that weren't completed in May that absolutely need to be completed in June. June will be our last full month here in Georgia. So there's a lot of things that like this stuff cannot be transferred over to July, okay? But I really jumped in with just pen starting off the month of June, and this is what I love. I mean, I have one sticker there for my friend's birthday. I did try going back to a week with stickers, and I mean, you'll kind of see because you can kind of tell where I just used the book a little bit less. The time was being taken away for me to use the planner to decorate. Like even this day, I planned everything on the wrong damn day because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't focused. And that's fine. It happens. And then here we are in this current week, and I switched up my pen because as much as I love the Zebra Blend, I do tend to have to write a little bit bigger with that pen. Like the bigger the nib, the bigger my handwriting gets. And this is an A5. If it was a 7x9, different story. So I went back to using my Energel Clenna. I think I only left out this brown one and the green one, which is somewhere. I have not left myself a lot of pens to pull from over the next month, so say a little stationary prayer for me, please. Okay, and so again, I really just enjoy staying in this sort of pen and paper only vibe right now because it just helps me focus. I love stickers. Stickers aren't going anywhere, but right now, pen and paper is where I'm at, and like just my Zig dot marker and maybe a mild liner or two. Like I'm holding on to dear life with this Zebra mild liner holder or marker holder. I think this might be what actually comes in the car with me, and I can just add a couple of things, this and a pen case. That's it. So that is what I am currently using, are these three things, right? So now let's talk about what will happen in July when the new planner starts. So honestly, where I'm at is that the plum paper vertical priorities may hang around. I say that so loosely, you guys, because I don't ever make planner promises. I don't like to set myself up for failure. However, a couple of other options that I am considering is the EC hourly. If there's ever a 7x9 planner I'm going to use from Erin Condren, it is the hourly layout. When they came out with this years ago, my whole world shifted, right? And I love an hourly planner. I love the times being on the page. I love the spacing on the page. I love the changes that they have made with it. So if I switch from A5 to a 7x9, it will be to go to this planner. The struggle that I'm having is with the daily option that I'm considering right now. And that is mainly because I love the canvas layout more than anything, but I also love the daily in A5. So I could just stay with this theme for the A5 and see if I can make it work, or the only way to get it in canvas on a coil is in 7x9, which irks my very damn soul. And yes, I'm aware that there are other neutral planners on a coil in A5. I just like the paper. There's no denying it. The EC paper is fantastic. Like, you can hate everything else, but I mean, I think you'd be lying if you said the paper wasn't great. It may not be good for you, but the paper's great. There's just no denying that. Also, in case you were wondering, this cup is from Walmart. It is the most gorgeous thing ever. I'm trying to not spill my coffee, but it has like gold accents and things like that. It's very dishwasher friendly. I've had these cups for a couple of years, but They do currently still sell them at Walmart, just FYI. And the brand is Time and Table. Can't flip my cup up to show you the brand because my coffee's still in there, but love this. Anyway, back to the planners. So that's just kind of where I'm at with planning. So it will either look like this, probably a different cover, or it's gonna look like this, and most likely a different cover. I ordered the vegan leather covers. I think I showed you guys that in my haul from launch, because of course I got sent some stuff, but I typically will donate anything that I'm not gonna use and then purchase the products that I would actually use. I really like their vegan leather repositionable covers. I'm just a little bit concerned with how long they will last. I mean, time will indeed tell, right? Time will indeed tell. And I actually do have the Daily Duo sitting in front of me that is in the canvas collection. You guys, it's stunning, but it's massive. I need this to be an A5. I really, really do. This is so beautiful. This would literally be my dream in A5. I'm not really sure what's going on there, why they haven't done it in A5 when they have it in A5 rings. I mean, good for them that they have it in A5 rings, right? But those of us who really like it are like, you only get it in this one 7x9 giant option. And okay, so one of the things that I really thought about, if I went with this 7x9 canvas, I would probably not use a weekly planner. And I know you guys are like, have you lost your mind? Reason being is, look at this giant page that I would have to create a weekly layout. I would be set. I would not feel like there is a need to have two 7x9s. I mean, you can if that's what works for you. But for me personally, in my season of life that I'm in, I just don't see that being a necessity for me. For fun, sure. For actual necessity, probably not. So that's also been something that I have considered. I've considered a lot of things, in case you can't tell. But I thought that this would be fun to chat about. I would love to know, what are you moving into a new planner in July? I'm obviously team undecided, except for my daily. I'm gonna have to make up my mind there. And now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I mean, it really does seem like a good idea if I really love canvas. Like, this is truly an hourly and a daily, technically, just not a whole week all at one time, but I could do this on this one page. Look at me trying to convince myself to make this work. Anyway, I would love to know if you are moving into a new planner in July, and if you are, let me know down in the comments what planner you are moving into, or if you are staying put in your current planner, let me know what's working for you. I love to be influenced just as much as I love to influence you guys. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you are already subscribed, make sure you click that notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted here on YouTube. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.